Hello everyone, so today I'm going to do a tag. I've seen this on quite a few people's channels, so just thought it would be something really fun to help me get back into the swing of making videos again. So the tag I'm going to do today, I'm sure you can tell by the title, is the beauty rules that are made to be broken, or in other words, the beauty rules that I break on a regular basis. So I'm just going to kick off first of all, and the first rule that I break is I think I scrub my face too much. I know that some people are really funny about how often they scrub their face, what they clean their face with and things like that, but I personally really just love scrubbing my face. I would use quite an abrasive scrub maybe every 2 days, I want to say, which I know is quite a lot. It's more than most people, but I honestly don't find any problem with it. I do go quite lightly when I use it, but I do find that it really helps my skin feel nice and soft, and it gets rid of any makeup or any fake tan or anything like that I have on my face. So I'll just show you the exfoliating sponge that I use by number 7. Just looks like this, and it's for radiant skin, used regularly to help remove dead skin cells and aid circulation. So I really love these. I repurchase these sponges on a regular basis. What I do is I just use this when I'm in the shower. I pop a little bit of my regular exfoliator on here, so just like a simple, a clean and clear, anything like that, just a little bit, and then I just lather it around my face, and I do that every time I have a shower, so that is probably too much. I know you're only supposed to use a scrub on your face twice a week, and I'm maybe going 3 to 4 times a week I'm scrubbing mine, but I personally have never found a problem with that. The second beauty rule that I always break is that I bite my acrylic nails off. Most of you who watch my channel regularly will know that I usually have acrylics, and as you can see today I don't. I actually sat yesterday, I think it was, and bit them all off. If you have ever had acrylics on and you've ever started pulling them off, you will know how satisfying it is to pull them off. It is one of the best feelings in the world. So I'm continually pulling off my acrylic nails and getting them redone, pulling them off and getting them redone. I never ever soak them off, which I know is really bad. When I pull them off, my nail itself gets really damaged below. You can see how short my nail is there. My nail itself gets really damaged. I think I'm actually pulling the top layer of my nail off every time I do this, which I know is a really bad thing to do, but I just cannot resist every time that they get to that stage where they've grown out quite a lot, and I've painted them and they're just to the stage where they need just redone. I just can't help but just pull the edges and just pull them off. I can't even explain just how satisfying I really find this. It's really sad, but it's one of my little pleasures in life. The next beauty rule that I break, or beauty sin that I commit, is that I curl my eyelashes after I've put my mascara on. I find myself doing this all the time. I think I do curl them before I put my mascara on, but I find I just don't get enough of a curl. So what I'll do is I'll put a coat of mascara on and then I'll curl them again, and I find that the curl just sticks so much better. I think it's just once they've sort of hardened a little bit, it's a lot easier to maintain that curl. It is a really bad thing to do because it can snap off your eyelashes, I know. I personally have never had a problem with, that's a lie. Once I did do this and I cut my eyelashes in half, and I had to wear fake eyelashes nearly every single day after that, but recently I have to say that I've never really had a problem with this, as long as you're not sort of squeezing too tightly on your eyelash curlers. It's fine. The next beauty sin that I commit, and this is still to do with eyes, is that if any of you've watched any of my tutorials, you'll know, especially when applying eyeliner, I pull the outer corner of my eye quite a lot. Like, I do it all the time, and I know it's a really bad thing to do. It causes wrinkles and it stretches out the skin sort of around your eyes, so it is a very bad thing to do. So that's a beauty sin that I commit constantly. The next beauty rule is that you should never dry cut your hair. And for those of you that have watched my video on my extensions, I do purchase extensions from foxylocksextensions.com. It is by far the best extensions I have ever used. These are actually just a new set that I've purchased. I'd just like to mention quickly that they've got a new colour, so those of you asking that you can't get extensions in the right colour, I used to buy from Foxy Locks Extensions and then just put my regular toner through them. They've actually released a new colour. This is the lightest shade and it just matches absolutely perfectly. So I haven't done anything to these extensions. So those of you with platinum blonde colour will probably want to check that out. But back to the beauty rule, what I was saying. When I first buy the extensions, what I do is cut in, or I cut them in myself. Most recently I've been cutting them in myself. You can see there, hopefully you can see, I've just cut some layers down the front. I just take a pair of scissors and I just snip all the way along, and it just creates this nice layered look around the front of my hair on both sides. So I definitely dry cut, which I know is a very bad thing to do. Next beauty sin that I commit is that I know you're supposed to have a moisturizer for nighttime and a moisturizer for daytime. Your night one will be a lot more moisturising because it has enough time to soak into the skin, and your day one should ideally include an SPF. I sort of half break this rule. I do have a night cream. I use an anti-wrinkle night cream and that is specifically designed for nighttime, so I stick to that rule. The next is the daytime moisturizer. I don't use moisturizer in the daytime. I get up in the morning, I wash my face, and I sometimes apply a fake tan, sometimes not, and that's it. The fake tan that I would apply to my face in the morning would just be for body moisturizer cream, something like that, but I definitely don't apply a daytime moisturizer. The next beauty rule is that smoky eyes are only for nighttime, and I totally disagree with this rule. I think a smoky eye can be for any time. There are certain occasions that would be inappropriate for a smoky eye, don't get me wrong. A really dramatic smoky eye isn't always going to work in all situations, but I think a smoky eye, you could definitely rock that during the daytime, and I do quite often as well. Next rule is that you should always allow 6 weeks before you fully give up on a product, and I definitely don't do this. I think I would use a product, maybe, it's really bad to say this, but maybe 3 times, 4 times before I would give up on it. If I used a product and I really didn't like it the first time I used it, I find it really difficult to go back and try it again. Especially with skincare, you should persevere and persevere and persevere. And then after the 6 to 8 weeks, if it's still not working, then it's not right for you. But I think that is such a long time. Imagine using something for 2 months that you really just didn't like. I just couldn't do it. So I definitely use something for a lot less time than 6 to 8 weeks before I would give up on it. Although I have bought products that I didn't really like, but I have used them all up just for the sake of it, really. So I suppose by the time you get to the end of the product, that would maybe be 6 to 8 weeks, and if you didn't find that you liked it by then you obviously wouldn't repurchase it. So I suppose you could kind of say you do it that way, but usually I just throw it in my drawer and I never look at it again. And the next beauty rule is that you're supposed to get your hair cut every 6 to 8 weeks. And those of you that have watched my previous videos know that I had an absolute nightmare with my hairstylist, the one previous to the one I have now. So I didn't get my hair cut for maybe a year or more because I was just so scared because of how much she had cut off the last time. Now I'm getting literally the dust, and I mean dust, taken off the bottom of my hair every time I get my colour done. So that would be about every 6 to 8 weeks. So I now sort of live by that rule, but if I could get away with my hairdresser saying that I didn't need a cut, I would not bother getting a cut. I know that some people, everyone's hair is different, and I don't think necessarily it should be a rule that you have to get your hair cut every 6 to 8 weeks. I think it can vary depending on your hair. The last beauty sin that I commit is that bronzer is only supposed to be used in the summertime to enhance your own natural tan, glow, sunshine-esque skin. I live in the UK, I live in England, we don't get much sunshine, so I think if I waited until I got a natural tan to use bronzer, I would never use bronzer. So I am an absolute bronzer girl. I love bronzer and I do use it every day. I don't use a whole load of it, but I definitely wouldn't go without using it sort of on a day-to-day basis. So I definitely commit that beauty sin, and I think that's definitely a beauty rule that was made to be broken. I'd really love for you to leave me a video response, let me know the beauty sins that you commit on a day-to-day basis. It's so easy it's so easy to break some of these beauty rules. I think some of them were just made to be broke. It's definitely not something that I would take too seriously. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I love getting all your random tweets. Don't forget to subscribe, rate and comment. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.